Welcome to another CPG webcast, a service of CPGmatters. I'm your host, John Karolefski. Thank you for joining us. Today we're talking about generational differences and how they impact grocery shopping. In today's marketplace, retailers and manufacturers largely serve four groups of shoppers: Millennials, Gen X, Baby Boomers, and the Silent Generation, which includes those raised during the Great Depression. This wide variety of ages and unique viewpoints is unprecedented, and those differences are affecting the marketing and merchandising of grocery products. Joining me today to explain how and why is Colin Stewart, Senior Vice President with AMG Strategic Advisors, a division of Acosta Sales and Marketing. So, Colin, if there are four generations of shoppers in the grocery store nowadays, then it must be important for companies to understand how each group shops for groceries, right?
Absolutely. Our research has found that companies can gain a competitive advantage if they invest in researching their target consumers and shoppers and understand how life stage plays a big role in the way that they shop. Shoppers have unique, unmet, and emerging needs and key motivators that can be very different by shopper generation.
Well, that sounds easier said than done.
That's true. Today's retailers and manufacturers often segment their shoppers. Any given shopper segment could cross four generations of shoppers. With four generations in the grocery store, striking a marketing balance of engaging one generation without alienating the others can be very complicated. Finding the right techniques and strategies for each target audience starts with knowing exactly who you're trying to reach and how best to connect. For example, it's wise for retailers and manufacturers to track spending patterns, attitudes, and behaviors amongst the generations, especially as they relate to major milestones, such as going to college, buying a first home, sending a kid to college, retiring, or downsizing.
Okay, so why don't we go through these four generations one by one, and you can comment along the way. The first is Millennials, that is those born between 1982 and the early 2000s.
Yeah, millennials have an average monthly grocery spend of about $252 a month on food products. They tend to be less brand loyal, and they tend to shop the store perimeter more often than other generations. This is a highly multicultural generation, currently moving into their heavy spending years. Retailers and marketers should identify the key categories that will influence millennial trips and engage these shoppers through digital, social, and shopper marketing. In fact, creating touch points with millennial shoppers digitally and physically to effectively communicate a product or brand's value proposition, especially non-price related benefits, is critical to success with this generation.
Okay, well, moving right along to Gen X, those born between 1965 and 1981. I bet this group has the highest average grocery spend among the four generations.
You're right. It's about $323 a month. But even though these consumers are the largest spenders on groceries, they are stretched. They seek value, and they are looking for convenient solutions to save them time. Plus, this generation is most likely to do more stock-up trips. It is especially important to capture these shoppers during the pre-shopping part of their path to purchase.
Why is that, Colin?
Simply because a lost trip with a Gen X shopper will mean the loss of a larger basket. This generation is often raising young children on dual incomes. They are often time-starved. Solutions that save them time, products for busy mothers, and loyalty-building programs are essential for long-term success with this generation. Gen Xers are knowledgeable shoppers who use information to help guide their decisions. They want to be assured that they're making the best possible choices.
Next up is the well-known baby boom generation, those born between 1946 and 1964.
Yeah, so boomers are fairly brand loyal, and they respond to products and retailers that address the what's in it for me question. This generation is starting to downsize. They are becoming empty nesters, but still have a large disposable income. Success means focusing on health and wellness solutions and also smaller package sizes. They are technology capable, but not dependent on technology. So traditional marketing is more relevant with this generation than with younger generations. Categories like pet food and pet care can be highly relevant to this generation. In fact, baby boomer households often have more pets than kids at home.
And that brings us to the silent generation, born between 1925 and 1945. They were raised during the Great Depression and probably are retired now, right?
That's right, and there are several important characteristics that distinguish this generation. They are brand loyalists who typically buy what they bought before, Key categories highly relevant to this generation are often health and wellness related categories. In the store, this generation can be helped with larger labels and signs, better lighting, lower shelves, and even magnifiers at the shelf in some cases. It is particularly important to be able to explain a product value proposition at the point of sale to this aging generation.
Well, that's a great rundown of each generation, Colin. Any closing thoughts?
Yeah, I would sum it up by saying that retailers and manufacturers more than ever need to understand their shoppers and move toward highly tailored messages delivered with the right medium to appeal to their most important shoppers. Each segment of shoppers for a retailer or manufacturer will typically cross multiple generations. Understanding the distinct values and shopping preferences for each generation can help win in today's marketplace.
Thanks, Colin. If you'd like to obtain an official transcript of this webcast, click on the link on the homepage of CPG Matters. Meanwhile, for more information about AMG, be sure to visit them on the web at www.acosta.com. To connect with Colin Stewart more directly, you can email him at cstewart@acosta.com or call him at 904-470-4213. Until the next time, this is John Karolefski for the CPG Webcast.